We got our hands on the MOD Easy with their new sidecar. We're gonna hop on in, go for a cruise through the neighborhood, see what it's all about.
This is definitely would be a fun way to get around with friends.
What's up everyone? We are here in Austin at South by Southwest to check out MOD Bike's new lineup. And here is Mike, who is going to tell us who the MOD Easy is for.
Yeah, this is our signature bike. This is our take on a classic motorcycle. Those lovers of those classic Harleys from the mid 30s to 50s. Think the Great Escape. It's our kind of vintage meets the modern, twisted all with like love for biking. This is for anyone who wants to ride with their lovely pets or their kids, or maybe even bring a little beer for a ride. It has an amazing sidecar that's detachable. We have our new display with a lot of new features that we'll go over later.
The MOD Easy is MOD Bike's flagship bike, with that retro design and that beach cruiser-like riding style, made to just cruise around the town in style. The battery is built into what looks like that gas tank right there, so it really looks like it isn't an e-bike at first glance. Their refreshed model that just launched in 2024 has that color display, which you can use MOD Connect to connect to a Lumos smart helmet. Underneath where that battery is, there is a water bottle cage mount. Right now we have a lock there since we're riding around town, but you can mount an extra battery there to extend the range of this bike. It also has that really cool vintage style big front headlight up there, as well as fenders to keep that water off of you. And it also comes included with this rear rack here that uses the MOD snap-on system. So you can snap on a rear rack there and put your goods to have a picnic in the park or go to the grocery store. This bike has 24-inch wheels with 24 by 3-inch tires to give a pretty cushy riding feel, as well as that front suspension fork that has 100 millimeters of travel. It also has a suspension seat post and the adjustable stem to get those bars in a very comfortable position for you. This is a Class 2 bike, but is also adjustable between Class 1 and 3. So you can get this bike to have up to 28 miles per hour pedal assist. The battery is a MOD Samsung Powerpack lithium-ion battery, which is 48 volts and 15 amp hours, or 720 watt hours. The battery is also removable if you want to charge that inside. The motor is a MOD Drive 750 watt rear hub motor that has a peak power output of 1050 watts. Another new thing for this model is the smart torque system that they use, and it also has a throttle that will take you up to 20 miles per hour. The MOD Easy has hydraulic disc brakes with 180 millimeter rotors front and back. This has a 7-speed trigger shift drivetrain with a Shimano Altus derailleur. There is a faux leather Cell Royale saddle on there, and there are also faux leather grips that match that brown color. The MOD Easy weighs 72 pounds, and it has a pedal range of up to 50 miles on the battery that is installed there. If you get that range extender, you can go up to 100 miles. It has a total payload capacity of 300 pounds, and it has a price tag of $3,290. Another fun thing about this bike is there is a sidecar attachment that you can get for it, and we are hoping to get a ride in one of those later to show you what that is all about. I'm about the maximum weight limit at around 150 pounds that they recommend to put in there, and we are going to go on a ride through the neighborhood. Dustin's going to tell us what's new on this MOD Easy sidecar.
Yeah, now the sidecar isn't technically a new feature of the Easy, but they did go through and refine it. This current version is all quick release and makes it much more user-friendly to take on and off. Not every person is going to want to consistently ride the Easy exclusively with the sidecar. So if you do want to ride this casually and maybe on the weekends, the sidecar's coming on to do some stuff with your kids or maybe your dog, that whole process has now just gotten a little bit more refined and will be a lot easier to take the sidecar on and off, which is a 2 thumbs up situation.
We're cruising around right now, and I'm pretty much the maximum weight that can go in here, but how's it feel out there?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't suggest racing anyone with it until you get some good miles under your belt, but to have an option to do a sidecar like this on any bike, this is a great platform. You know, the wide tires, the bike itself is super stable, as you can see in this review, and having the sidecar on there doesn't really take away from the stability and confidence of just riding this bike as it is.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome just sitting here being a passenger, but a little bit weird at the same time because I'm on a bike on a sidecar. I've been on a motorcycle before, which is fun in its own sense, but this does give me the memory of riding in a sidecar on a motorcycle and definitely getting some looks as we're riding around. But it's pretty fun. I could see this being awesome with a dog. I think my dog would like it.
Yeah, and like, I mean, there's no one here, so this is a great place to show it. Up here on the front brake, there's a button to lock that brake lever in, so I could get off. We're on a slight slope and it's not gonna roll, so this is great for being able to park the bike. It's something new that they added to the Easy for the sidecar situation, just because, you know, you can't really lock this up at a bike rack like any other bike. It probably won't fit, so you gotta find a space to do it, and so to have that lock in there is pretty convenient.
I mean, it's pretty convenient. I don't have to pedal, and Dustin / the bike does all the work for me too.
Yeah, that is a huge plus.
But yeah, I could see this being really fun for people with a family. Get, you know, one person riding with the little one in here, or the dog, or just a bunch of groceries, picnic stuff. Would be really fun in a town that you have a lot of parks, bike paths, even going to the beach.
Yeah, and I think too, for the experience with a kid specifically, if you're on a regular cargo bike with a child carrier, they're likely just staring at your back or looking to the side. And from over here, they're able to get that forward-facing perspective to really, you know, take things in and kind of start to learn how to navigate moving forward in that direction.
Well, on this short time we've been riding in the sidecar, well, I've been riding in the sidecar, but the MOD Easy with the sidecar, people are stoked to see a bike with a sidecar, and we're getting lots of thumbs ups and waves, and that's just awesome to get people stoked to see people riding on a bike with a sidecar. So we've had a chance to ride the original MOD Easy, and now with the new updated MOD Easy, there are a lot of the nice updates that we enjoy. The smart torque sensor actually does a good job of sensing the power that you're on, especially in those lower levels. And this does have a few different pedal assist levels than the previous version, and they've labeled them different. So the Fit, which is the lowest, actually does a good job of making it feel like you don't have any pedal assist. And then once you get into turbo, it is pretty quick. Earlier today, when we were first getting the bike and running down to the convention center to meet some more of the MOD team, we rode a couple miles pretty much exclusively in turbo mode, and we were going fast, definitely in the class 3 limit. So after riding this most of the day, I do see who this bike could be for. If you live somewhere with a lot of bike paths, this would be awesome to go cruise on. But like we mentioned before, if you do need to just cruise through the city really quickly, you could get this into the class 3 mode if it's legal in that town and go everywhere very quickly. With the retro cruiser style, it's a mix between an old looking motorcycle and a beach cruiser, this would be awesome to have in a beach town. Throw some surf racks on there and then just get out to the beach really quick. You can park right out in front. You don't have to worry about leaving anything in your car. With the sidecar on here, that just opens up a whole nother level of possibilities, from bringing a ton of cargo with you, bringing a kid or an adult, and you can just really have a fun time riding around town with a bike that has a sidecar on it. As we've been in Austin for a few days, I've been riding the MOD Easy, and one thing I wanted to do was try out the dual battery setup so I don't have to charge this as much. As you can see right here, the MOD Samsung celled battery is right underneath the other one, mounted on some bottle mounts they have right there, and you still have other bottle mounts down there that you can put the lock. Overall, we do see the appeal of the MOD Easy and why it has been one of the most popular bikes in their lineup. With the retro style and that comfortable riding position, this bike is pretty useful for a lot of different people in a lot of different ways. Having the MOD snap-on accessories accessible on this bike with that rear rack and the front zone over here for that front rack make this bike really modular, so you can use it from a bunch of different ways, from going to the market, going to school, going to work, whatever. Then if you really want to get that sidecar, you can bring a whole lot more with you, including a family member. To add to the riding capability of this bike, with that new smart torque sensor and the different pedal assist modes they have on here, even on the steepest of hills that they have in Austin, it is steeper than you think. Once you get in the hills, there's some steep hills. You do get up to speed pretty quick going up those hills, even with the heavier weight of this bike. Another cool feature is having the ability to put another battery on here to double the range of this bike. So if you want to ride this thing all day long, you can totally do that. We've had a good amount of time riding this bike around Austin, and we can think of a lot of fun things that we could do with this bike, especially with the sidecar. We've even heard that people put little espresso machines in that sidecar and can run a fun little coffee business out of here. What would you do with this bike? Let us know in those comments. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.